Hey, it's Tom Skark 11, and it's time to gush about my favorite Gunpla, the Full Armor Unicorn Destroy Mode. This is the kind of mecha that I live for. So heavily armed it's ridiculous. This thing has 4 beam sabers, 6 Gatling guns, 3 shields, 2 bazookas, a whole lot of missiles I didn't bother counting, and the oh so satisfying beam magnum. This thing is perfection. So in terms of the kit, there's a whole lot of neat stuff here besides all the aforementioned weapons. It's also got these 2 really big fuel tanks, stands for the fuel tanks so they can stand up on their own, which is really nice, and some stands for the shields to display them on their own. So I don't really have any complaints about the build aside from some of the small parts are a bit flimsy, and I think I needed to glue them. Can't remember, I've had this for quite a while already. Now, aesthetics-wise, this just... it's perfect. Nice and chunky. Love the color scheme on this thing. The red version of the Destroy Mode color scheme is pretty cool, but the green one, that really takes it up a notch. That nice chunky silhouette of having the shields on it is also just really nice. I'll take off the backpack since it's a bit hard. Okay, backpack equipment successfully removed. So, lots of missiles on the legs too. That's a really cool feature. I think this was one of the things that inspired some details I put onto my Lego Xenoblade X Skell. I mean, that was inspired by the unicorn in general, but lots of details like the Gatling guns and putting some missiles hidden on the legs were specific ideas taken from the unicorn. Just everything about this thing is so cool. The unicorn's shields are probably my favorite weapon in all of Gundam. Just such a nice idea having twin Gatling guns on a shield that can act as a drone. And then the X look on the shields itself is just really, really nicely looking. Shields are also fun to panel line. They panel line very nicely. The unicorn itself isn't the easiest thing to panel line, because there's a lot of points on it where there's supposed to be lines, but there's no actual indentation to fill in. And that was what I just mentioned a little earlier about some smaller parts being flimsy and falling off. The overall shape of the unicorn is just so nice. The only thing that could be better about the unicorn is just a very personal thing. I've mentioned it a lot, but side skirt armor. I just love side skirt armor. If it had some long side skirt armor on it, then it would just be the absolute perfect mobile suit. That is the only thing that could make the unicorn any better. So I also painted a bit on the V-fins to get them color corrected, because they come in just pure yellow, but they're only supposed to be yellow on the front and white everywhere else, since it's the unicorn horn that opens up. Actually, one more minor issue I would say with it is it's just kind of hard to hold. Doesn't have the greatest spots to hold it from. But I mean, if you have a stand for it, that's not really an issue. And just that green, absolutely love the green. So there's two variations of the backpack shield. There's the version of it where it's opened up like these ones, but that doesn't fit when you have it on the backpack, so you have to use the closed version of it on the backpack. I think it's both cool and kind of funny that all the missiles are attached to just upright bazookas. Like, how does that work? So backpack reattached. It's even harder to hold when like this, because you kind of have to hold it from the shield, but as you can see, it's a little wobbly, not in there super tight. And the beam magnum, I really love the beam magnum. I mean, aside from just that super iconic noise that everyone absolutely loves, it's also just a really cool looking rifle. So that was 7.5 minutes of me just gushing about how much I love the unicorn. This one was probably less of a proper review than most of the others, but if you want to see all my other Gunpla reviews where I mostly just talk about the aesthetics of them, but probably a bit more thoughtfully than I do here, then you can check out the playlist that I'll have on screen now, right here, and see you next time.